So that means what we have seen, that uh, we have seen that a grammar, I mean, if a grammar is unambiguous, then how we can, sorry, ambiguous, how we can convert it to unambiguous form, because it is not accepted by compiler. Even a grammar is not a grammar which has a left recursion. Obviously, you will say that, sir, I have a left recursion here. Right? In this unambiguous grammar, it's a left recursion. Yes, there is a left recursion. Now convert it. After converting a grammar from ambiguous to unambiguous, if you find there is some left recursion, just remove that and convert it to some possible right recursive grammar. No problem. And if the grammar is left recursive and if you convert that to right recursive, it does not mean the language will change. If the language remains same, it's okay. Other than these two, there is one more thing, that is what we call non-deterministic grammar or deterministic grammar. Okay. That means, what is an example? Example is, for example is that, assume we have a production rule something like A to alpha beta 1 or alpha beta 2 or alpha beta 3 and dot dot dot. Now we all know that a particular symbol, only one symbol will be consumed by the, we have seen in case of designing DFA also in previous semester, that DFA consumes one symbol at a time and it then goes to the next symbol. So now suppose that you have to generate the string which is, for example, alpha beta 3. Now see, because of the first symbol over here, the compiler should try to check which particular production will be correct, because based on the string given, the compiler has to decide that which particular production rule is correct and we need to use. And compiler will see that every production rule starts from alpha. So if I given you this, and if you do in this way, then what basically you will do? You will see that your product, all the production rule starts from alpha, and you have seen an alpha over here. That means you don't know that if you use alpha beta 1, whether it will lead to this particular string or not, because you cannot see beta 3 right now. So what you have to do? You can have an exhaustive search with all possible combination of all possible, I mean not combination, all possible production rules having alpha in the first character in the RHS. So what I can do, I can try with A to alpha beta 1. I can try with A to alpha beta 1. So it will generate A to alpha and then beta 1. And then it will see that, oh, beta 1 is not equal to the next symbol over here, that is beta 3. So what will happen? The searching will go to the initial node again, and from here again it will start with the, for example, next possibility, and it will do again same way, because we don't know still what is there in the right hand side of alpha. After drawing this one, when it will try to explore this side, here it will see that it is not equal to beta 3. Then again the searching strategy will go backward to the first node, and it will try to explore the next one, that is A to alpha beta 3. And it will see that There is a beta 3 equal to beta 3. So okay, this is accepted. So that means this is actually the correct production rule that I require to generate alpha beta 3. But problem is that you see the way that compiler has decided the production rule that to use to generate this alpha beta 3 is not a deterministic approach. It is what you can say non-deterministic approach, because compiler is basically doing an exhaustive search to all possible production rules, and that is a problem. And this non-determinism is not accepted by a compiler. Now see, so if we have some non-deterministic grammar, and if we want to convert them to some deterministic grammar, we have to apply some rule. We have to apply some rule. And that process basically we call left factoring. What is the process? Process is that, for example, just take a scenario like we have a situation like A2 alpha beta 1 or alpha beta 2 or alpha beta 3, right? And we can see because of this particular production rule there is a non-determinism. Non-determinism will result only when we have a common suffix or prefix in the right hand side of the production rule. Here it is alpha. So how we can break this non-determinism? We can write, that means one thing is clear. One thing is clear from here, that if we want to use any one of this production rule, your string must have alpha at the beginning, that's for sure, right? And after that what to do, that's a different issue. So that means we can write the corresponding, you can say, modified grammar like A2 alpha, and after alpha I don't know whether beta 1 or beta 2 or beta 3 is there. I can simply use another new non-terminal, so that definitely this particular production rule can be used and initially if we see alpha, and after that based on what we have in the next symbol we will decide whether I will generate beta 1 or beta 2 or beta 3. That means this A dash can be written as beta 1 or beta 2 or beta 3. Now if we have something like this, and if the production rule, if the string is something like w equal to alpha beta 3 or beta 2, then initially this alpha will be considered. So we have alpha. Where is the alpha production rule that we have to use? Definitely this one. It's a deterministic one. I don't have any other option. So definitely A2 alpha will be used. Alpha A dash. And then we have to look into this beta 2. Now we have to generate only beta 2. And we are in this A dash. Now to generate beta 2 from A dash, we can see directly that we have only one option. There is no common thing present in beta 1, beta 2 or beta 3, so that we can get confused that what to do. So you can directly generate A dash beta 2 from here. You see, we are basically generating the same string using both productions, but the difference is that this is deterministic, sorry, this left one is non-deterministic grammar and right one is a deterministic grammar. So this is what the conversion of left, the result of left factoring is. So what in left factoring we will do? We will basically use we will take the only common part and we'll represent this one in this way. We will introduce a new symbol, and that new symbol can be written as the the uncommon parts with various or, with different or like this. So this is a way by which we can generate the left factoring. So that means what we have seen? We have seen that, you see, grammar can be defined in various ways. A grammar, any grammar, can be defined in three different ways. One, this category 1 has two part again. One is, you can say, uh, yes, left recursive grammar, and another is right recursive. In the other side, then if I go for the second approach, it is, you can say, ambiguous grammar, and another is unambiguous. If I go for the third category, we will see it is basically um, non-deterministic grammar, and deterministic. Right. So among all these cases, what we have seen, that this one, this one, and this one, the first category for each and every, first subcategory of each and every category, compiler does not accept like these grammars. Okay, so you have to, but other grammars are accepted, right recursive, unambiguous, and deterministic grammars. Now you see, let us take an example of this left factoring rule. For example, uh, uh, let us take a grammar like this: S2 IETS then IETS ES. Remember, all these capitals are non-terminals, okay? Or small a, and this E to small b. Okay, E to small b. So now see, we have to convert. This is obviously a, the non-deterministic grammar we can see. So we have to convert it to a deterministic grammar. What will be the corresponding deterministic grammar? What can be the possible deterministic grammar of this non-deterministic grammar? We have to see. So basically, in this particular grammar, first of all, we have to realize that whether this is a deterministic or non-deterministic grammar. You see that if you look into this grammar closely, for example, this reproduction rule S2 IETS and IETS ACS, you can say that okay, if I consider this part as alpha, then this part is also alpha, and that means I can consider this part as beta, right? So that means this particular grammar can be considered as S2 alpha or alpha beta or A, and definitely BE to B. So naturally, because of this alpha, we have a possibility to non-determinism. So that is what we can convert, for example, over here, that is S2 alpha S dash. So that means S dash, if I introduce that symbol, for example, if we write say uh, S2 alpha S dash, if I consider, okay, and what this S dash can be, from the previous example we have seen that S dash can be something like these options, but problem is that S dash is basically there is two things. S dash is only beta. You will write only beta. If you write only beta, you will have a mistake. The problem is that you see, if we consider this first two option, that alpha and alpha beta, after alpha there is no beta 1, beta 2, beta 3. That means we can assume that after alpha there is a there is a invisible symbol, that means epsilon or gamma, right? That means this S dash is not only, if you write only S dash to beta, that means the string will be obviously always alpha. If there is a alpha, it has to end with a beta, but it is not true, because according to this production rule, S can be written as only alpha. That means S dash may be an invisible symbol. That means S dash can be a gamma also, and obviously this S can be A also, because of this one. This A has to be there and then B. But ultimately, this is, you cannot write in this way, because there is no concept of alpha beta in the original grammar. So the original grammar will be something like S to I E T S, right? I E T S and IETS S dash or A, and S dash can be written as um, IETS IETS you see this beta, which is beta? Beta I considered ES, right? Oh, I'm sorry, Why IETS? Oh, I'm sorry. It should be ES. It should be ES, right? Or gamma, and obviously E2B. So this is the non-deterministic grammar, sorry, deterministic grammar of the deterministic form of the non-deterministic grammar of this. Now let us take a very interesting example. I mean that means ultimately let's draw. Let's draw it clearly that we had grammar like this, or this one, or I E T S E S, or A and E to B, right? This was the original grammar, and the corresponding non-deterministic grammar become S to I E T S S dash, then S dash to I E T S. Oh, again, I'm sorry. Only ES will be there, right? No IETS. Only ES or gamma and E to B. They are generating the same string, right? Now see a very interesting example. Now question is that is this ambiguous? You see, this grammar was non-deterministic, that is sure, but is this unambiguous or ambiguous? To check it, we have to take a string and we have to see that whether two strings are possible or not, right? So for example, if we take a string something like say IE, suppose I'm taking a string like IE T IE T SES. Okay, if the string is something like this, then you see we can say that okay, we can have a production rule something like S2 IETS, and this S can be written as say I E T S E S. Okay. You see, this is not a proper string. I have not taken a proper string. A proper string cannot contain non-terminal, right? It should contain only terminals. So, but the terminals come from some combination of non-terminals, right? So that is what I have written. So if we have something like this, is it possible to generate? You see, it is I E T, then I E T, I E T, I E T, S E S, I E T, S E S. So we have a, this is the product, can be a parse tree for generating this string, right? A similar type of parse tree can be something like S2. Let's start with the second production rule here, like I E T S E S. Okay, and then if I just explore this side, I E T S, then it will see that it will generate IET, again IET S E S, like this. So we have two different parse tree. That means this grammar which was non-deterministic, is also unambiguous grammar. This is for sure. Now, if we want to take a same example, for example, in the right hand side, let's take a similar type of you know some type of string. Okay. Um so for example, again I have taken here that IETS, IETS, I'm sorry, not IETS, it should be IETI. ETSES, and now you see we are not doing it with respect to this non-deterministic grammar. Okay, now we will do with respect to this deterministic grammar. You see that we can use one production rule, for example S2 I E T S and S dash, right? And this side, this S now can be again written as I E T S and S dash, right? Now this S dash I can explore as ES, and this S dash I can explore as lambda. It is there in this string. Now you see the string that it is generating is IET, then again IETS, ES, and this is lambda. This is one side. In another side, we can say that okay, let's take another situation, like let's take another color to realize. So we have here S, we started with I, E, T, S and S dash. Fine. We started with this I, E, T, S and S dash. Now what I can do? I can extend this part as ES and extend this part as gamma. Then also you see it is generating IET, then IETS. It is vanished because of gamma ES. So it is generating the same string over here. That means the grammar, after converting the grammar into non-deterministic grammar, the ambiguity remain present, right? This is what I can say that. So that means I can say that this is deterministic grammar, right? This is, sorry, non-deterministic grammar. And this is deterministic grammar. But this is an unambiguous grammar, we have seen. But after converting it by left factoring, the unambiguity remains there. So that means here we have a very important observation, we can say. A very important observation we can draw. what is that? Let's write it, and you can write on your copy also, that eliminating non-determinism by applying left factoring on a given grammar does not eliminate the ambiguity present include inside the production rule. Okay, so remember, this is very important observation we can see from here. Now what we can do, we can see what are the different type of parser is available, and so these are actually the all the prerequisites we have gathered for understanding various parsers design. And now we will go for the different types of parser, and we will see how they works in detail in the future classes.